Hey, I'm here in the Fishtails studio. Daughter's in school, of course, every day. So in between pickup and drop off, here I am, and right down the hallway. This is the at-house in-home Fishtails studio. And the social media girl said, "Hey, give us a story, something you've never talked about, like one of these exclusives for Fishtails in my social media." Got a great one. It goes back to my early days of fishing, early days of fishing when I was a bass gypsy, fishing everything I could for money. Not a lot of sponsors, not a lot of money out there, as far as the retainer checks and all the endorsements. So really prize money was the key. You had to catch a lot of fish in a lot of tournaments and make a pretty good check just to keep going. Out west, we had a lot of boat tournaments. So they were giving away a boat for a lot of these tournaments. West Coast Bass, One Bass, all these other organizations. First place, brand new fully rigged boat. Second place, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Big difference, huge discrepancy. Winning was everything in those boat tournaments. So I'm on Lake Mead, which became my home lake later on in my career when I finally won my second US Open and moved there. But this is early in my career. I'm still living in California. And I'm out there fishing Lake Mead. And here's the cadence I'm on. These fish were in the backs of pockets deep in the grass, and they wanted one thing, and that was a topwater fished really slow. Here's the trick. I'm throwing that popper out there down the center of the gut where there's this grass. Hits the water, don't even move it. Wait for the rings to dissipate. A lot of times, while those rings are dissipating, boom, they blow it up on the initial cast when it hits the water. If not, pop it one or two times, but let it sit again. Super slow. What I visualized was going on was these fish were sitting deep in the grass, and they hear a bluegill pop the surface. And it'd look up, and they'd see that shadow of that figure way up there, and they'd come up to investigate, and then eventually they'd speed up and grab it and hit it. So you had to have a long pause, and that was my cadence I was running, and I was crushing them. It's a 2-day tournament. First day, I'm in the top 2 or 3 or 4. I'm up there. I may have been leading it, I don't remember. Second day, I'm catching them again. And I got my buddy's wife as my co-angler, so she's in the boat with me, and she's an awesome fisherman, and she's also great with a net, really good with a net. And my buddy told me that she would be. So I'm running these spots and catching these fish, and we're having a good time. Throw it out there, let it sit. Popper just sits there, pop, they hit it one time. And I needed to win this boat, and at maybe like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I literally have one about 4 or 5 pounds, which is a monster at Lake Mead. Come up and just, it's not one of those big bites. It's like a slurp. It just, almost like that trout sucking a fly off the surface, right? And it just, bloop, and he hits it. And I go, I said it. And I'm like, oh, suddenly it's a boatfish. Like right then, this is first place. This is a boatfish. Fighting the fish, runs, get it back, runs, get it up, start getting it close to the boat, start seeing that it's barely hooked. Just that one feather of the popper hanging in its mouth. Just that one feather. And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh, she's barely hooked. Oh, she's barely hooked. And I'm playing her, and she comes up again, and she's just going, and she's like I said, 4 or 5 pounders, which is a monster for Lake Mead in the Colorado River Division. And I'm bringing her up. She's got the net out there. My buddy's wife, she's got the net out there, and I'm pulling it along. And as it's coming towards the net, the popper pops out. And I'll never forget this. It's slow motion. The popper goes right by my head, goes twing, and pops off. And that fish is so tired, she's sitting there sideways, and she's coming towards the net. And then she kind of rights herself, and I'm like, get her, get her, get her, get her. And she's trying to reach the net to her, and she just goes down. I mean, this is in slow motion, guys. This is crazy. I can still see it. And she just starts slowly swimming down in that crystal clear water. And I'm watching a $30,000, $40,000 boatfish just miss the rim of the net and just swim down and swim away. And I can see her swimming away. And I probably had tears coming up my glasses. I did not win that tournament. I remember that fish would have easily won me the tournament. I finished 3rd or 4th or 2nd. I don't even remember. I'm scarred by it still. But social media girl, she says, give us a story that you've never told, and it's probably a great one about one of your biggest losses or one of the ones that cost you so much. And I can tell you, as a young angler with no money, fishing every year for hoping to win maybe 1 boat a year, 2 boats a year. One year I won 3 boats one year, but every year was a different year. And that was one year that I needed that boat win to keep going. And so I had to go get more golf balls, and to be continued.